We're going to watch a fairly lengthy clip, 3.5, 4 minutes of Donald Trump. And I'm sure that if you've been watching the news, you've heard some of his little one-liners. Those are called sound bites. And most media outlets, news outlets, are trapped in a system where they can only play 1 or 2 sound bites. Thankfully, programs like this, and especially this program, we get to play longer clips. So let's watch about half of Donald Trump's reaction, and you'll see what a blessing the Pope has been to Donald Trump's campaign.
He actually said that maybe I'm not a good Christian or something. It's unbelievable, which is really not a nice thing to say. So it's a response from Donald Trump. It says, if and when the Vatican is attacked by ISIS. You know, ISIS, their primary trophy, very few people know this. I read this about 2 months ago. Nobody even believed it. Their primary thing, you've seen what they've done all over the Middle East. Their primary goal is to get to the Vatican. That would be their ultimate trophy. They want to do what they did to all of these magnificent artifacts and all of the beautiful museums that they've totally destroyed all over the Middle East, right? And I didn't know this. I read this like 4 or 5 months ago. I made mention of it 2 months ago, and everyone said, what are you talking about? They thought, like, I'm kidding. It's true. And now there are stories about it. Not big stories, but there are stories about it. And I was checked by one of the reporters that said, they don't want to talk about Then he called up and apologized. The big thing, they want to get to the Vatican. So, if and when the Vatican is attacked by ISIS, which, as everyone knows, is ISIS's ultimate trophy, I can promise you that the Pope would have only wished and prayed that Donald Trump would have been president. Because it's true. It's true. Because this would not have happened. ISIS would have been eradicated, unlike what is happening now with our all talk, no action politicians. That's what's happening now. We had a General MacArthur. If we had a General George Patton, I mean, they'd be gone before they even got time to go over and check it out, okay? It's a ridiculous situation. The Mexican government and its leadership has made many disparaging remarks about me. See, the Pope was in Mexico. The leadership's meeting. Oh, Donald Trump is a bad guy. He wants to build a wall. He wants to keep illegal immigration. It's terrible. They don't say it that way. They say, he wants people to stop having this and that. Look, I'm wise to them. I respect Mexico. I respect their leadership. Their leadership is much smarter, much sharper than our leadership. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You know, we have a trade deficit with Mexico. Listen to this one. $58 billion. So when I say we're going to build a wall and Mexico's going to pay for it, these politicians all come up and they say, you can't get Mexico to pay. I say, yes, I can. They have no idea what I'm even talking about. You people do because you have some business people here, some good business people. Some of them I know. But Mexico's going to pay because the wall is $12 billion, $10 to $12 billion. That's a super job, okay? That's if you do a Trump wall, okay? Real nice job. Nice high wall. This is not a wall that they're going to drive their trucks over. Now, when we have a deficit of $58 billion, 10 to 12 billion is peanuts, okay? It's peanuts. That's nothing. So the politicians say, how could you possibly say that? You know that now they're all starting to say, you know, he's really right. We're losing a lot of money with Mexico. And that's not including the drug money that's pouring across, which is much more, okay? Believe me, we get the drugs, they get the cash. So they met with the Pope, and they obviously got to the Pope, and they're telling him what a bad guy Donald Trump is. He doesn't know me, and, you know, et cetera. So the Mexican government and its leadership has made many disparaging remarks about me to the Pope because they want to continue to rip off the United States, both on trade and at the border. That's what they're doing. They're ripping us off. And they understand that I am totally wise to them, and if I'm president, we'll stop it immediately, okay? Immediately.
There you have it. And by the way, did you hear the cheer? I will not allow Christianity to be attacked the way it is. I mean, talk about his moment in the sun to deal with all of his 2 Corinthians credentials. For any of you who've followed the insider baseball stuff. And I'm just telling you right now, this is a huge, huge, huge help to Donald Trump. And if he is elected the President of the United States, you can bank on there being a wall. There is going to be a wall. What did they call that dam that President Hoover helped build? Hoover Dam? I think the Trump wall is on its way, people, and I think the Pope and his Mexican friends just guaranteed it. I'll be right back.